Hi friends, I'm Cheryl. Welcome to my channel. So I'm continuing my Litany of Trust series. And on my last video, I started the second half of the Litany of Trust where the petitions end in Jesus, I trust in you. And we're at a very powerful one tonight. I'm going to do two that are joined together for me. The first is that you are with me in my suffering. Jesus, I trust in you. That you are with me in my suffering. In order, what I'm being guided to is to ask you to stop for a moment and breathe. Just put some awareness on your breath. This feels very much like protection energy to me. Like, if we're going to think about our suffering, then breathe first. Remember that we are loved and protected. So when we say in petition that you are with me in my suffering, and then Jesus, I trust in you, it's saying that we're giving that to the divine. And how many of you have experienced suffering and felt like you needed to hold on to it? It can sometimes feel to me like it's what's holding me up. At times when I've experienced great suffering, it's almost like if I give this suffering up, what do I have left to hold me up? I also am hearing to ask yourself why you want to hold on to your suffering. That's important to know. And it kind of is similar to what I just said about, feeling almost like I can't let go of it, because then I wouldn't be standing. It would fall over. So if that's the case, then if I ask myself, why am I holding on to this? I might have learned that if I gave that suffering up, then I would have that void that I would need to fill. Maybe I don't want to fill it. Maybe I feel like the suffering is me hanging on to something that I loved, that I really wanted. And it's funny because different things are coming to my mind that have been suffering for me. And not, I thought about the death of my mother, but not all of them are about death. Some of them are about changes in my life. Divorce, breakups, changing jobs, retiring. And that's funny that I say retiring, because retirement brought me such joy. I didn't realize that I was suffering until quite a bit after. Because it was a more quiet kind of suffering. Now I know that when I can feel myself holding on to pain, holding on to suffering, that it's often because I feel like I need it. Like, what's coming to me right now is, you may feel like, say you've had a breakup. You may feel like giving up that suffering means to you that maybe you didn't love them as much as you kept saying you loved them. And so we hold on to that, like, no, I have to hold on to it because I did love them. Even when you lose somebody to death, or a friendship ends, you know. And what I'm hearing is that it doesn't say anything about the quality or the amount of your love if you allow yourself to be whole and you give up that suffering. You give it. You lean in. Jesus, I trust in you, that you are with me in my suffering. Maybe it's also that you allow Jesus into your suffering to bring you solace. And then the second that my suffering united to your own will bear fruit in this life and the next. Jesus, I trust in you. And whenever I read that, I'm always taken back to the Garden of Gethsemane and the agony. Jesus praying. You know, Father, let this cup pass from me. But if not, then thy will be done. And I look at my suffering, like in the first petition, that you are with me in my suffering. And I'm like, yes, if I allow Jesus into my suffering, then I join him in the garden. And now it's not me alone. And I see myself in this equal give and take. I'm leaning on Jesus, but I'm also there for him. I'm also feeling his suffering. And I know when I feel that, it's like, what was the outcome of that? The outcome of the garden in Gethsemane led to the crucifixion and then the resurrection, the ascension. And so when I think of this, it will bear fruit in this lifetime and the next. It's like, that's the fruit. I can have that too. I don't have to hold on to my suffering. I can join my suffering to yours. I can let you into my suffering. I don't even have to give it up. I can just join it. But I can then be part of the resurrection, be part of the raising of the consciousness in this life of the love that we are and that we spread through our own healing, because that's what it's about. It's about us healing, us feeling whole. Jesus, I trust in you. It's going to bear fruit in this life and the next. And I can see that in two ways, this life and then in heaven. But I also see that because of what I have heard while, on my other channel, and the messages that I've received about our mission, if, to, as I said, be love, is we heal forward. We heal forward. So, through our joining of our suffering and trusting in Jesus, that it's going to be all right. I'm healing myself. And as I heal myself and I become more of that love, that pure love, then those around me feel that love. And they will eventually work their way in their journeys to becoming that love. And as each one of us heals, as we touch people and they touch people, it heals forward. This lifetime and the next generation, the next generation after that doesn't have to carry on this same struggle that we're carrying. So that's what I have today. I hope that it helps. I'm sending you so much love.